BarbacoaCore, a podcast network.
Yeah, I'll just.
You want me to just keep going with that?
Yeah, I'm just editing all the stuff. Yeah, we'll just like we're having a conversation.
Act like we're having fun.
Yeah, act like we know each other, man.
Dude, is that an ass?
Apparently, these are all bikinis.
Yeah, I just realized it's a bikini.
It took me. Like I've been using this room. Well, I used to use a room when I first started the podcast.
Now you use it more.
Now, yeah. And then
now you use it.
Somebody pointed it out to me, and I was like, "Wow, you're right. Those are all like midriffs."
Huh.
And I never knew that. And
I would have been able to guess that one immediately.
Now I can't unsee it. But I was like, why didn't I catch that before? Like, is that like a gay test?
You know yes, I mean? Now it is.
Like, that's what I thought. Like, how come I never saw it before? And now I can't unsee it.
I spotted it quickly, for the record.
All right. So you think you're better than me? you're more of a man than me, I guess. But yeah, dude, there's a sign, you know, the I think it's Browning, that hunting thing. It's a deer. Mm-hmm. I never saw that until somebody pointed it out to me. I just thought like it was a weird like fork symbol type thing. And I was just like, oh, I knew it was for hunting because it was always like on trucks and people's shirts and camouflage and all that stuff. But I never put it together that it was a deer antler. And then when I finally got it, I can't unsee it. Yeah. Just like these things. And you can't see them, but this room is filled with breast and midsection.
I'm here. This is the closest I've been to a strip club.
Yeah.
So I like speaking of things like that. Do you know there's an arrow in FedEx?
Oh yeah. Stuff like that, like where the logos that there's actually a meaning behind it, like a picture behind it. I don't see that stuff. And then when it's pointed out, like the A through Z on Amazon, it's a smiley face, but it says like anything from A through Z.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, dude. Like that, like shit like that, like it's so fucking genius. Like logo making.
Yeah.
So I always wonder, I was like, there's a story behind this. There's a story behind that.
Cocaine.
What?
That's just the story.
Oh, but the fact that
let me tell you about this artwork.
Because rather than like, oh, here's a good picture, they're like, no, but it's a message.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's all like subliminal stuff. Like there's subliminal stuff, messages and everything. Everything's satanic. Everything's like blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, man, I wish I was smart to like just catch that shit. Like going back to this, I just thought it was painting whatever. I never saw an image. I never saw anything.
And you just realized these are a bunch of guys in these swimsuits.
You think they're guys?
So I was hoping that it was really like a gay test, and you were like, yeah.
Now I see just dick. Like everywhere, I just see dick.
I just see hairy, juicy ass.
You know what's funny? You've seen it's Knocked Up. Is it Knocked Up? Superbad.
Yes.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember how the fat one? He's like, when I was a kid, I got in trouble because all I would draw is dicks. Like anytime I just doodle, I draw dicks. I draw vaginas. So even though I failed this straight test, when I doodle, it always comes out to be a vagina.
What?
Yeah, just levels of the vagina. Like, and I'll be like, when I was at work, when I worked in the office, and like I'm on the phone all the time. And I'm just like drawing lines, I'm doodling and stuff, and then like, the answer, and I put it aside, and it's just all these fucking like layered vaginas. And I was like, damn, that's so I don't know.
Somebody comes up and like flips through your Post-it note stack, and it's just all vaginas.
Yeah. All vaginas.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You know one that I realized the other day, we drove past a Men's Warehouse, and I was like, oh, that'd be funny if this was spelled where, like where, and then I looked and it was, and I was like, oh, okay, that they were smart as fuck. I was too late to the game.
Yeah, dude. Like when you always like come up with a joke and you think, oh man, I'm a fucking genius, and then you realize it's a fucking meme already. You're like, oh fuck, I'm a hack. I always think about that, like when jokes come too easy, I'm like that has to be from something.
So I rarely ever look up my jokes.
I don't.
Yeah, like the few times that I have too, it's always really hard to find specifically what.
Yeah.
It's like these keywords that you're trying to search that you're like, okay, somebody would have said these keywords together.
Yeah.
And then you come up with the weirdest shit on the internet.
Like I don't, yeah, yeah. I don't Google stuff. I mean, I don't Google like phrases. I'll Google like hashtags, or I'll look on Instagram for hashtags. And if nobody has it, then that's mine. I'm the first for that one. But it's always weird. Like, yeah, like how would you even look up a joke, and how can you verify that it hasn't been said, hasn't been used? I don't even know, dude.
So I've done one in my time where I looked it up and it was almost word for word.
Yeah.
So I was in New Orleans with a few buddies and we were in an Uber and I said this out loud, like, and they busted up laughing. The driver busted up laughing.
Yeah.
So hard that I was like, I bet that's been done. Cause it was something that kind of came to me.
Yeah.
And it was about how Etch-a-Sketches or babies are like Etch-a-Sketches. Cause all you have to do is shake them to start over.
Yeah, dude, I think that's been done.
Yeah, I immediately looked it up. It was like on Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's always a bummer, dude. When I would like come up with like podcast names or even band names, back in the band names, I would always like Google, like look up MySpace, look up fucking Google to see if he was taken. And of course, like band names are like, they're all taken. And then it's so weird, like when a band name isn't taken, you're like, it was right there the whole time. Like, of course, I'm gonna think of something and can't bring up any examples.
All right,
like,
now think about something that's there, and now you'll think about something
really
that's not.
proving my point. You know, like the Rolling Stones. Like, Jesus, I don't know. Damn, good story. Dude, so thanks for coming out. This is the Welcome to Hell. This is the Pat Out of Hell podcast.
Well, no, if it's Pat out of hell, then I'm not in hell.
Yeah, the whole idea of Pat Out of Hell is just getting stuff off my chest, out of my mind. You know, it's pretty much just a glorified open mic type of thing.
Okay.
I just come
I
on
actually
here.
didn't know that part.
Yeah, I'm on here. I'm just like, is this a bit? Is this something? Oh, it's just rambling. And sometimes I'll take it on stage, and then I'm just like, that was better as a podcast.
Oh, speaking of which, by the way, can we talk about Houston?
Yeah, before we get into that, but yes, for sure we're going to talk about Houston.
Well, before we get into that,
but before we get into that, plugs, Twitter, Instagram. Where can people find you? What do you got coming up? Anything coming up? I'm going to put this out on Monday.
no, nothing coming up. Just the Tiger this week, right? On the I'll be on the midnight show. Mm-hmm. And then tonight we're going out. Open mic, baby.
Open mic,
if you can make it.
Yeah.
Go back in time.
Twitter and Instagram. How can people find you? Brendon Potter. Give it to him.
Yeah, you can find me basically on everything at Pots on Fire or Facebook, just my name.
Yeah.
I'll make it easy.
Very exciting.
I'm not like Jake.
You got TikTok?
No, man. I like.
Do you have a YouTube page?
Yeah, I do. Well, yeah, especially actually for my podcast and myself. I was gonna say just for my
the
podcast.
What's the podcast?
Oh yeah, my podcast is Right Jokes, Wrong Times.
Right Jokes, Wrong Times.
And I spelled it confusingly for you, so you try and find it.
Wow, how is it confusing?
Because
it's right.
It's
like
a
writing.
like yeah, but it's a play on right
time, right place, right time.
Yeah. So like people don't know that you're making that switch when you say it verbally.
Man, and you're really good at those visual jokes, like the spelling puns or the misuse of a word type of stuff.
You're good at those visual jokes, like not from the stage visual.
No, like what up? Like I try to pull a joke where like I don't want my dog to have kids because I don't want to be a grandpa. And I mean like dog paw. Like no, very very rarely. Well, nobody gets it, and I'm just like, I mean PAW, right? Like it's funny if you read it, but okay, let's move on.
So like the majority of my jokes tend to be that, right? So like very set up punch.
Yeah.
And speaking of what we were talking about tonight, earlier, I should say, the joke that I wanted to like kind of run by you, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Is one that I don't have a set up punch for. And those are always the ones that I struggle.
Uh-huh.
Something that I think is funny. I get up and I do it a few times and it's me just being like, isn't this funny, guys?
Yeah,
and then I don't do it anymore.
What is it?
It's about how like, I know the way I'm going to set it up too. There are some downsides to not having sex. Makes me laugh at least.
Yeah.
But like I'm kind of jealous of all my friends that had sex like before they got married, right? Because my wife and I waited until marriage to have sex, and so we've only had sex with each other, and all my friends know that. So like whenever we're in a conversation and people are like, "Yo, Brenda, you ever tried anal?" I'm like, "With the wife of my or with the like mother of my children?"
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can never participate in.
Yeah, because usually when they talk about those stories, it's always about like an ex, a dirty old girlfriend,
or like back when you're in college, or you know. And like everybody that knows me knows I'm like I'm one and done, baby.
Yeah, all your stories is like they know the person that you're talking about because there's only one.
So anytime people are like, "Hey man, you ever been with somebody with a fetish?" I'm like, "Hey man, I don't want to talk about this."
Yeah, my wife says I can't talk about that anymore. She says we need some privacy.
See ya.
What you need to do, y'all need to have an open relationship. And then y'all just start fucking other people.
I thought you were about to be like, "So we're open it up with me."
No,
Yeah.
no, I can't handle that stuff. I can't take on another one.
Dude, I'm way too jealous to handle. I would not be able to handle a open relationship. I'm one of the most jealous people ever.
Yeah, but you could just make it up, like make up. But like I guess because people would know automatically that you're lying.
Yeah.
If you say like, "No, this other bitch." What's bad?
Wait, we should try and see if you believe it.
What's bad about that is like, like I have a few jokes about some exes, and my wife knows exactly who I'm talking about, and she's like, "Well, you like that? You know, she has a CPS case. Is that your thing now?" And so I was like, "It's just a joke. I'm just kidding." And
damn, maybe it's just kind of anytime somebody knows who you're talking about, it's weird. And I just have the one, so people just know.
Yeah. Well, for like the general public, they don't know what I'm talking about. They don't know who I'm talking about. For people that know me, they know exactly who I'm talking about, which is very tough because I always like you what is it? Embellish for the funny.
Yeah.
You know, you extend, you exaggerate.
You definitely extend a sex joke.
Yeah, 7 minutes. But you make stuff up, and like a lot of the stuff I do is made up. You know, like you'll never know me. Everything's a joke. You'll never know who I am, for the most part. But like, it's so funny when when like, does your wife throw your jokes back in your face?
No, she hasn't yet. At least she has like said she doesn't care for like some and.
Like when you go like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a drink or go get a beer from the fridge." She's like, "Why don't you tell your kid to go get it?"
No, she's never done that.
No, my wife does that all the time.
So like she does it in like a go fuck yourself way.
Yeah.
Okay, my wife is
not a go fuck, but like as a like mocking me. You know, like, "Oh, I thought you liked that stuff. Oh, I thought you." And I'm just like, stop repeating. Like you're making my joke sound stupid.
I hate that anytime like women mock men, right? And they're like, "Oh, I asked you," and you were like, "Oh, I'm so," like they always go like caveman-esque stupid.
Yeah. Well, like I do sound like an idiot. So it's like when she mocks my voice or when she like does like, bleh, 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 I was like, I sound like that. Stop. It hurts my feelings.
My wife, every time she mocks me, it's always like, "Well, I was gonna do this." Every time. I'm like, that's dead on me. I'm glad you got it.
Like, why is that or do we actually sound like that? I don't know. Like, I'm putting effort into this. Like, after a podcast, I'm exhausted because I'm enunciating.
You're putting effort into this? You make it look effortless. Take that as it may.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Thanks. I'm talking about the post-production. I'm not talking about right now.
You put effort into that?
Damn, dude. All right.
I was talking about that too.
But I hate when other people do that. Like when people tell my jokes back to me on social media, and I'm just like, so I was like, first off, you're taking it completely out of context. You're kind of now you're making me sound crazy. Now you make me sound like a dirty person, and I'm just like, that's for the stage, man. Don't mix the worlds. But it's always like when they always like throw it back in my face. Because here's one that I'm working on. My back has been messed up, and
well, that's because you carried us in Houston.
No, before that, it was actually fucked up in Houston, man. To the point where I wasn't gonna make the drive. I was like 3 hours, but anyway, so I don't have a primary care doctor. You know, surprise.
Same.
So I was like,
I do have a secondary.
but I was so I was gonna go to the doctor, figure this stuff out, get some medicine, or see what they could do, inject me with something, or see, because it's to the point where like it's my back, and then it feels like an organ, like oh shit, like yeah, like oh my kidney, my fucking gallbladder, I don't know where anything is. I'm
You think
just
it's like a crazy slow moving kidney stone?
I don't know. That scares me though. But like it radiates. Is that what it's called? The pain, the nerves.
Oh, yeah.
It's like now I'm feeling it in my groin, and I'm just like fuck. I have testicular cancer now. Like
so it's moved.
No, it's still on my back, but now it's like expanding.
Oh shit!
And I googled some stretches. I don't need no fucking doctor. I googled some stretches, and I slept pretty good. Better than I have in a long time. Pretty much Google's like, move around, dude. Like, stop being such a fat ass. But so I was.
What did you Google? It's like really basic. You're like
I was like lower back pain, groin pain, and they're like sciatic nerves. Try these stretches, blah blah blah. But Monday it was really bad. So I was looking up doctors, and like online it says accepting new patients. Right. And I was like, all right, if they're nearby, whatever, I'll call them up. And then I'm like, go through all the list, give them my information, blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, well, you've never been seen here, and we're not accepting new patients. I was like, cool, I'll just go die then. But I had to make like 3 of those calls where online it said accepting new patients. Because online it'll say like not accepting, like don't call us. We're not, we're closed.
We don't want you.
We don't want you. But then on the website, because I was going through my insurance, and the website says new patients accepted. But 3 times I called, and they're not accepting new patients. So I'm like, what the fuck? So then I was just like, fuck it, I don't even want to go. I don't want you anyway, And it felt like dating. It felt like I was getting rejected. So I was like,
so you got in a relationship with alternative medicine that day.
But I'm trying to make a joke. Like, I wish there was a Tinder app for like primary care doctors. So you can like see what they're into, and like, like if they do butt stuff on the first visit, I swipe left. I want you to get to know me first before you dig out my dugout, excavate my tar pit. But so yeah, now I'm just like, well, fuck it, I'll die in pain. But like now I'm doing like yoga stretches, and yoga for somebody who is not as flexible. So it's like half yoga. It's just yo. I'm just doing yo stretches.
Dude, you're doing that. Oh shit! You're trying to get limber, but really you need lumbar.
Yeah. It's so back pain. Like, I'm old, yes, but I don't feel old. I don't think old. But then when your back hurts, or when anything on your body hurts, and you just feel like I'm just shutting down, like everything's shutting down, that's when I'm like, man, I'm dying. It's good. It's happening.
There's a few things though that are a level above. Like, I haven't necessarily had back pain, but I've heard back pain's one of them. I think like teeth pain is one of those.
Yes, dude.
Foot pain, because like it's just, dude, there's some stuff that if you have that, it's so much worse.
Yeah.
You can have a pain in your fucking hand. You got a pain in your back, and you fucking move and you're paralyzed.
Yeah, dude. I always worry about that. I've never thrown my back out to, like, I've only seen it on TV. I don't know if it's a real thing, but when people like they bend a certain way and then they're stuck like that, And I guess again, it could be for TV, exaggerate for humor, all that good stuff. I know comedy. I studied the arts.
You told me about stuck porn.
Yeah. Did I?
Yeah.
No.
It's seared into my head.
Oh yeah, I did tell you about stuck porn. Stuck porn is where somebody gets stuck in, like, it's like Winnie the Pooh when they Winnie the Pooh themselves, and when Winnie the Pooh got himself stuck in a tree. Was it a tree?
Yeah, in the hole in the tree.
In the hole in the tree. And stuck porn is if that plus somebody goes behind you and starts doing things to you while you're stuck. Yeah, dude. Like, that's a big fear. Not stuck porn. Stuck porn is not a big fear of mine. But like getting
which end?
It would only go one end. I mean, I can't. I would be stuck. Please stop. No. No.
That doesn't sound like you want it to stop.
Well, I'm in too much pain to actually say no. In too much pain to yell no. I'm just like, please Please don't. Please do not. Do not do that.
Hey, I want to start a show. I was thinking about this when you were talking about your pain. I want to start a show with Kirk Cameron where he gets kicked in the nuts.
Kurt Cameron, the
Yeah.
guy from Growing Pains?
Yeah, it's called,
Okay.
The show's called Grown Pains.
Grown Pains.
Groin pains. Sorry.
Growing Pains? I thought it was going to be a religious joke because isn't he like a religious fanatic now?
Yes. Yeah. So my stepmom is a masseuse, and she actually massaged that dude. And
Really?
yeah, just like he was like in town. We lived in like Coachella Valley. He was like in town for something. Happened to get her number, so she gave him a massage. Yeah, he is like crazy into it. Like he sent home like booklets, all that shit.
Was he creepy or was he like a upstanding citizen?
I don't know. I didn't get to.
I guess your stepmom wouldn't say that. You know,
Yeah.
like, let me
She
tell
said
you
he was
some
cool.
stories.
Yeah, she said he was nice, but yeah, he sent her home with literature from a massage when you're supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah.
I guess he's always be selling Jesus.
Always be selling, dude. I mean, why though? I mean, I don't know. Like, why can't you just take a break from that? Like, when you were hardcore into it, like, was that always on the top of your mind anytime you met somebody? Like, hey, do you need help with that? Let me tell you about this guy I know.
Like at certain times, yes, but like when I was on my mission, that's like what you're supposed to do. In my like normal life,
Yeah.
not really. You know, every once in a while you get like these kicks of like, oh, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'll tell them that I'm Mormon or what, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's stupid shit.
Like, is religion like being a vegan? Like, you gotta tell everybody.
Yes, it's like being a CrossFitter.
Yeah.
Everybody else is gonna know your religion. Everybody else is gonna know you do CrossFit.
So let's talk about Houston, man. What did you think?
I love the room. I did terrible there, so my
did
view
not
of that
do
is tainted.
terrible. You did not do terrible, dude. I feel bad that you feel bad like that because you didn't do bad. You were for sure not the worst that night.
I like that qualification. You know, you were for sure not the worst.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. But if you're going to say it's bad, I'll agree with you because you're my friend. But I'll just tell you, you weren't. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad.
It definitely felt bad. It felt like one of the worst sets I've had.
It's for sure not the worst set you had. I'll tell you that.
So what did you think? You had a great set. I sat there and watched you, and you were making me crack up, man. I was actually watching you thinking, like, I knew you were in back pain.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there like, I wonder if I can tell, and I couldn't tell.
What was wild is it went away as soon as I got called up.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, that'd be funny if I was like, yeah, it looked like you were in a lot of pain.
Like it just like because it was fucking tense. My
Yeah.
back was so tense, and then I was trying to like walk it out. I was trying to walk it out in the green room and just going back and forth, and I felt like such an asshole because they're having a conversation. Like there's like
It's a tiny green room too.
4 guys in a tiny green room. They're talking basketball, and I just like I'm walking in between them like this whole time.
Yeah.
Then they're having a conversation, and I'm walking in between the conversations just because I needed to pace.
Yeah.
I needed to pace. I didn't want to go outside because I was getting ready to get called up. And so I was pacing in front of the conversation, and I just like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm just trying to stretch my back out. I'm sorry.
That's a sweet like little green room, but it is such a tiny room, even the way it's like laid out that, yeah, you can't really pace in there.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, that sucks.
But what was wild is as soon as I got on stage, I guess adrenaline really helps with back pain or just like clear all pain or whatever. Because as soon as I got called up and I stepped on the stage, I was like, I don't feel my back at all.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
You didn't feel your face either.
But the next day it was fucking like killing me.
The adrenaline wore off.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I felt bad because we were there Friday night for the midnight show. The Secret Group's awesome. Saw a lot of awesome Houston comics, some Austin comics that were out there. You did good.
Hey, you know the movie Speed?
So yeah.
What if you were like chasing adrenaline like that? Like you just had to hit a little stage, maybe 1-2 people to get that adrenaline up to get your back pain.
Man, in San Antonio, I would fucking die. Like,
Hey, can you guys stop real quick? I'm gonna set up the stage.
yeah. I know this is an open mic, but I just really need this. I'll explain later. So take my wife, please.
You tell the first joke and you're like, oh, that's good.
Oh, that's what I need. Oh, that's the good stuff. Mr. Potato Head, huh? Have you heard about this? But not because I wanted to go back Saturday just to check out the show, and then they had like a late night mic. But the wife and I, we went to the NASA lights, Galaxy lights.
How was it?
It was cool, man. It was cool. It was kind of too expensive for what it was. I think it was like $25 or whatever per person. But it was nice. She really likes Christmas lights and Christmas. I'm not I feel so bad because Christmas has always made me depressed. Christmas Day.
I guess I shouldn't ask you that.
No, Christmas Day I love.
Yeah.
Always loved Christmas Day.
The one with the gifts. You like that one?
Yeah. But I think ever since I was a kid, I don't know why. I would always get depressed around Christmas time. But for some reason, I'm always like a downer around Christmas time, and more so now than ever. But my wife likes the Christmas lights, and it was cool. They had it all decked out and stuff. And then inside, they had this thing inside the Johnson Space Center. They had like this light show, or this light bulb show on the roof. And with the music, the bulbs move around. They move up and down.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, they put on a light show. And they have a little space where everybody could lay on the floor and look up because it's doing that effect. You know,
that's
putting on show. But my back was fucked up.
Oh, dang.
So I was like, if I lay down, I'm not going to be able to get back up. I was so mad, dude. Are you laughing?
Yes, that's so funny to me.
So mad.
It's such a cool thing, and you can't look up.
It was, yeah, dude. And even when I watched it from the side, not the same. Completely not the same effect. But I was like, no, I'm enjoying it. Oh, I get it. I couldn't. You see everybody laying down, you hear, ooh, wow.
So you're saying you wanted NASA to cut back the costs?
Yeah, dude.
It's just too expensive, man. You guys should cut back. They're like, all right, we're gonna strip some of these costs on these rockets.
But my wife got to go and she got to lay down and look at the music show, whatever, the light show, and I was all jealous. I was like, "You have fun? Did you like it or whatever?"
Dude, we went to the Natural History Museum.
What is that?
Like they just have a ton of stuff. So it's like a museum. They have like 4 floors to it, and they'll have like stuff from like miniature train sets to like stuff all about like animals and like stuffed animal. You know, just like crazy museum.
Yeah.
So, we went to a planetarium, and what you were saying made me remember this because we sat in the planetarium. And have you ever been in one?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so like I think I've been in one before, but when's the last time you've been in a planetarium? I don't go there often.
Minus the Bear did a record release show where they did a light show, laser show inside a planetarium.
Having done this planetarium shit, that sounds like the sickest shit ever.
It was dope.
Dude.
It was dope.
So we did that, and I imagine you laying there in the planetarium like they're like, look over here at this star, and you're like, fuck it.
Like, no, I'm good. I'm over here.
Pat, you're looking at the moon. We get to see that one all the time.
Yeah. I made my choice. But yeah, after that, man, just walking around and then the drive back to the hotel, I was done, dude. I was done. I was like, fuck. And then Seahawks game. Man, how was the end of that game, dude?
It was actually a blast.
Yeah, dude. I can only imagine. Did y'all stick around? Did you meet up with all the other Seahawks fans?
Yeah, we stayed the whole time, and dude, it seriously couldn't have been like a better game to go to. Besides the weather, I was freezing the whole time.
It wasn't even that cold, man. You need to check your iron. I mean, listen to me give you health tips.
Look, I am Iron Man.
Man, I wish I could have stuck around, dude. I'm glad I left when I did because I didn't want to stress the ride back because I had to be at LOL by 7:30. And if I had stayed for the end of the game, I would not have made it.
Yeah, so we took our time getting out of there, but I got home at like 7:30.
Yeah,
I walked in the door at 7:30.
But 33-13, dude. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Man,
it was a good time too.
Yeah, I caught a few good players. I didn't leave till like the third, and then I was watching on the phone. And my wife's like, "Do you want me to drive?" I was like, "No, you suck at driving." I'm just watching the game on the phone. Yeah,
that staff there did not seem happy to be there.
No, dude.
They seemed like they were 2 and 10.
Yeah, dude. It was pretty intense, and I don't know if that's just like the Houston vibe or.
I got the same vibe while I was doing my stand up.
Nah, man, it wasn't that bad. They were drunk. They loved you. They were a little bit slow, and I don't mean, but it was late.
Those aren't two good things, by the way. They were drunk. They loved you.
They loved you because they were drunk. A lot of drunks love me.
While they're drunk.
Yeah,
People love me while they're drunk.
When they're drunk. But it was a late show, and it was a long show too because I had an 8 o'clock, a 10 o'clock, and a 12 o'clock, which all bled into one, which is a great idea.
Yeah.
But also you got to know how it's going to be at the 12 o'clock show.
Right.
I liked it.
It's nice because people don't get up and leave. You don't get the
lose
room
them.
that reset.
Yeah. But yeah, it did take a little while for them to get some of my jokes, and I even like pointed that out. I was like, man, y'all are really drunk.
Yeah.
I'll take y'all just a little bit, and then you go, eh. I was like, I'll take what I can get. I appreciate that.
You were kind of going in on the crowd a couple times, not like in a bad way at all.
I need to stop doing that.
No, I'm talking about in a good way. Like you were reacting to the crowd.
Yeah.
Those moments in Houston, I'm talking about at the box, were really good.
In my mind, I'm always doing it for fun,
Right.
For the comedy of it. But I guess like everybody thinks I'm attacking.
No, you weren't attacking the crowd at all.
Thank you, but I think you say that because you know me. Because I've gotten critiques where people think I turn the crowd off because I make them uncomfortable, and I was like, that's never my intention. My intention is always to like make it fun. Yeah, I might be coming at them, but jokingly aggressive. Always jokingly. I've never lost my cool besides this one time. 2 times?
3 times a lady.
No, twice. I know for sure twice, and that's it. But other people may have seen me
do it more.
Yeah. But I'm trying to work on that. Where if I lose my shit, I'm not really mad at anybody. It's always for comedy. Even comics don't know how to take a joke, and you would think they would be they would understand how this works.
We're the people that are the most damaged. What are you talking about? We're all like, you know what? Go fuck yourself, Patrick.
No, man, but like we do writing sessions, right, with a group of us, and I always feel there's been times where like people get like offended by questions or suggestions or things that I might have say as a joke.
Right.
And I'm just like, look, man, I'm trying just like you. In those writing sessions, it's practice for me as well. Like, can I think on my feet? Can I reply with something?
Right.
You know, I'm always in that mindset of like, how can I turn this into a joke?
Yeah.
What can I say to get a laugh right here, or like that? And people take that personal, and I wonder if it's me, because I am very unaware of how people see me.
That's called autistic.
I wish, man.
I wish
I had that pass. I think I am. I don't do good with eye contact.
It's a spectrum, so you are to some extent.
Yeah, but I don't know. It would explain a lot. It really would explain a lot. But anyway, like I
come out as autistic.
Yeah.
Guys, I've been keeping this to myself for years now.
Yeah. I gotta be me. I gotta speak my truth. And I am on the spectrum.
I have a roommate. He's a caretaker.
Nah, I don't know, man. But it makes me not want to even try to help people.
No, you can't do that because I feel like, I don't want to name names, but I feel like I saw comics who are finally coming out of that phase do that to us. And I feel like they're finally kind of coming out of that phase. And on the receiving end of that sucks.
Yeah. But you only joke with, or you only like, you joke with people that you like. You joke, with your friends because you feel like you're at that level, or your relationship at that level. Or I thought we were all trying to be comics. I thought we understood what the assignment was, And if I say something as an attempt to like tag your joke, or maybe like, hey, maybe you look at it from this angle, and I get like a fucking stare, a fucking glare, a fucking go fuck yourself look, I'm just like, well, I don't think you understand where we are.
Well, Byers and I have talked about how we hate, like, the second we run a bit by you, you have it funnier back to us in like 3 seconds.
But that's me working out.
But I'm saying,
I'm not trying to outdo you to say like it's not a competition.
once I remember it was in a group text message. I sent out something, you sent it back, and I sat there so mad, not at you. I sat there so mad at me that you could come up with something so quickly, and I had sat with that thing for months, and I couldn't come up with really anything. Like all the stuff that I'd kind of been like, I don't really like this. I don't really like this. So the mad, like I picture myself in that moment being mad at myself, and I tend to get quiet then. I don't know if people do that, but I actually love it when you input.
Well, because when you work on something, you're too close to it.
Yeah.
You know, I love when people help me with tags because I don't think like that. You know, because maybe I've been working on it the same way, doing it the same way. I'm too close to it. But when it comes to like writing sessions like that, I don't think it's a competition. I'm just trying to say like, how else would this be funny? What else can we do to make this funny? You know. But I don't know, man.
But that's what I was trying to get at. I think you're so funny, it elicits almost a mad reaction from people that you can not regurgitate because it's being resaid, that you can spit something back at people that's so funny after being with it for like 3 seconds.
I don't know, man.
That's my experience. I've done that where I'm like, God damn, fucking Patrick. And not in a competition way, like, God damn, how did I not come up with something so good? And Pat's sitting here doing this shit. Like, it's really impressive.
Yeah, I wish I could do something with it, but
I don't think you should shut down. Getting back to my larger point, I don't think you should shut down because I think that's kind of what happened to us. I think people were shut down to us in large part in our like kind of group that came in at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of hindered us. I think we would have benefited from being even if it was in a much more antagonistic way, having a much more open relationship with some of the older comedians.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, it's fun. It's the only brain exercise that I do. I don't do Sudoku.
Or you could just say exercise. We don't got to put brain on it. I guess you do hand exercises. Hey-o.
Did I just tell you I started doing yoga like 2 days ago?
I'm not talking about yoga, bro. I'm talking about personal tantric yoga.
If I sweat, it's an exercise. I'm exercising right now. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm always like, I'm always trying to think of the funny, and just as an exercise and stuff. Because to me, that's gonna help me when as a heckler, crowd work, rather than saying, "Hey, shut the fuck up," which is usually my go-to. I could say like,
"That's my go-to."
Yeah, I could say, "Oh, jokey joke."
You should actually say that one time.
Jokey joke.
Jokey joke.
Yeah.
Just see how
Insert joke here, huh? How do you like that? Got him.
Dude.
But I don't know, like that whole with the roast of Larry that they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I mean, I would only imagine people are gonna get brutal.
I hope so.
But out of love.
Yeah, and that's what makes the best roast.
Right? So if I snap on somebody, it's out of love. Like I'm not trying to like take anybody down a peg. I get no joy out of that. I get joy when I say something and y'all laugh.
Yeah.
You know, a reaction. But if I say something that's meant to be a joke and I get a fucking death stare, I'm just like, what are we gonna do now? You know, where do we go from here now, bro?
You want to throw hands?
You want to throw hands or what? Let me stretch. Help me stretch my legs.
Help me stretch. Somebody helping you stretch so you can fight. They're doing the thing where you lay on the ground and they're putting your leg up.
Yeah, dude. Give me 5 seconds real quick. Let me stretch this out. Come pull.
Do you mind if I do a couple push-ups so I look buffer?
Yeah, dude. Let me start sweating so I grease up. Nah,
I'm more
man.
slippery when I cry.
Jesus. I do need to lose weight. I think that's what's causing a lot of my back pain. Exercise, all that stuff. Who has time though, man? Like we got mics to do, we got podcasts to do, we got food to eat.
Well, I'll tell you, I lost 50 pounds a couple years ago, and I did it by like intermittent fast, my version of intermittent fasting, right? I heard about intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And I used to link like exercise with losing weight. And that's not necessarily the case. So I used to like go to the gym. I'd be like, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And when one would stop, the other would stop too. Dude, you could lose all the weight you want, man. It's all with food. It's like 90% of what you do is in the kitchen.
I just want to get to the point where I could, where I exercise just enough to not feel bad about what I'm eating, because I'm not going to change my eating habits,
Dude.
I did that for almost a year, and it was the most lonely, depressing year of my life because nobody else is doing it.
Right.
You know, when I was doing the keto diet, like nobody else eats that strict. You know, and it'll always be a big deal. Like, oh no, I'm not. I'm just gonna sit here and watch you eat. I'll just have water. You know,
Water.
And everybody's like, "Oh, this is so good, and it smells fucking delicious." And eating's a social thing. Eating's fun, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but it's fun for me. It's not like, oh, I need to eat.
And if you
For
love
the
it, dude,
energy.
like all for it. If you love it, all for it. I don't care. I love to eat too.
That's bullshit.
You
You don't even look like you enjoy chewing.
that's because
Chewing's fucking fun, dude. You ever laughed and chewed at the same time?
that's just because I mismanaged my teeth, Patrick, and I told you that in confidence.
You ever take a bite of something and then start dancing?
Nothing I can think of, but I also can't
dude,
dance.
Man, I mean, it's so ridiculous how happy food makes me, dude. I was sawing this thing on YouTube. I think it's a Paul Verzi bit.
I love Paul Verzi.
Where he was like, "Yeah, I lost 17 pounds," and everybody's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Shut up! It's because I was depressed." I was like, "I wish I had that type of depression. I would love to have a fucking eating disorder because I'm depressed, but I have the opposite eating disorder where I'm only happy when I'm eating. That is the depression I got. Like, I wish I got the other one, man. It's not fair.
When I said I love eating, I realized how much I loved eating when it came to losing weight, because like the first few times I really gave a go at it, where I attempted the way I eventually lost weight, intermittent fasting. The first few times I went for it, I like failed, right?
Yeah.
And it was finally then that I was like, all right, do I really want to lose weight or do I love the food? And there's a lot of shit that I was like, dude,
lose weight like you were fat? You thought you were fat?
I lost 50 pounds. I was pushing, technically I was like obese, right? On the like body fat chart.
That's such a low number. Like,
Yeah.
I am like,
But you got to understand, I grew up like this. I didn't break 75 pounds until junior year of high school.
damn.
So
75 pounds?
Literally what you see me as like now, that's how I grew up. I packed on 50 pounds like that.
Damn.
So like I'm basically back to what I was. The one that I like, but I struggle when I don't have a setup punch. Is that I wish that when you dropped out of community college, somebody would have been like, "Don't do it, man. You're gonna have to put your phone number on the side of your vehicle."
Yeah.
And like I hate it because like when I put my phone number on my van.
Is that a burner phone?
No.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, I don't. Why would I? I don't know. I thought about getting a burner phone, but it's like, why would I want two phones?
No, burner phone sounds negative. Is it a
I know what you mean,
secondary
though.
line though?
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
The business line.
No,
No.
I'm very like,
Do people crank call you?
no,
Oh,
no crank calls, but I have had one like mad driver call, not at my job. This was like 7-8 years ago
Oh, wow.
when I used to drive with that company vehicle.
Yeah.
It was because they wouldn't yield, and they had a yield sign, and I was like, fuck them. And I knew they would call.
Yeah, yielding is subjective. Objective? Subjective? Aren't we all yielding? Don't we all yield?
It's
at different
subjective
times.
to the people that need to yield to me.
Yeah. Like it's always like the person. Oh, there he goes. It's always the person who like has to go behind the person who was smart enough to go faster. You know, they always get mad.
It's always the bitch that has to yield.
Yeah, it's always some fucking bitch.
But no, so I've been trying to work on that bit where it's all about like nobody calls you in your work van to be like, dude, thanks for letting me over. People only call you to be like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I would hate to have my phone number
On the side of your van.
on the side. Yeah, but I don't know. It would be
No
nice
hot chicks.
It'd be nice to get some calls. You know,
No.
It's always bad news when my phone goes off. I had to change my ringtone because like it was so aggressive before. It wasn't even that aggressive. It was just a regular generic ringtone. But now I have to go like beep beep doop because I have like it triggers me.
Really?
Before when my phone goes off, it would go. I don't know what happened. What's wrong? Who died?
Dude, you had that as your ringtone? Yeah, it's an alarm.
Yeah.
That's like an evacuation
Well, it
alarm.
wasn't that aggressive, but it felt that aggressive. You know, it was just the generic, straight out of the box ringtone that Samsung, T-Mobile, whatever gives you. But I had to switch it to like fairy bells. So it like, yeah, it may be bad news, but that's it's a game changer for sure. Now I don't answer the phone like, what? Now I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Now, plugs, anything you got going on? Let's give it to him again.
Yeah, Pots on Fire is on pretty much all social media. My podcast is Right Jokes, Wrong Times. And we've got basically, it's coming out Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much nothing coming up. I think I'm going to try and hit Houston again, probably end of January,
we need to
February.
go back. We need to go back for sure, dude.
Yeah, he was saying let us know end of January, February. So I'm actually kind of planning on that.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
the secret group is awesome. Support the secret group.
Very cool place. They had he actually gave us like a little tour of that place. They had like an emo night and shit, kind of. It looked like the shit.
Yeah, it's a nice venue, dude. I am at Twitter and Instagram at your homie Pat. Monday, tonight, when this comes out, I will be at the Upstage Comedy Lounge, part of the host MC competition.
I hope you win that.
We'll see, dude. We'll see. A lot of good people are on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a stacked lineup. $5 cover. Upstage is a great comedy venue, a brand new comedy venue. They're bringing in good shows to town, and I will be competing. I don't compete well, dude. That's what gets me. But I'm gonna do my best at Upstage. Come out, check it out. Twitter, Instagram at your homie Pat. Everything else is at BarbacoaCore.com for booking, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, dude.
Later.
But he rumbled and stumbled.